Trump 2024 elections are coming up here shortly. Why do I say Trump 2024? Because he is going to blow this thing out of the water. It looks like he's going to win most of the battleground states. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about exactly that, the battleground states, and how those states are most likely all going to Trump, which is great news for everyone, great news for the economy, great news for stability in the United States, and great news for Bitcoin. So if you think that's interesting, you know what to do. Like on the video, subscribe to the channel, go to cryptollc.org if you're looking to get yourself some Bitcoin, build a farm, do all that good stuff, all with Bitcoin. And before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. So today's video, we're going to be reading an article, a very, very positive, good article talking about the battleground states and how most likely Trump is going to win all of those states. It very, very looks like it, it's going to happen. Hopefully it does, because it's going to be like really, I don't know when the last time that happened. When was it? Like maybe Reagan or something like that? Maybe, I don't know, Bush Sr. I don't know. Probably a long time ago when a candidate won all the battleground states. It's going to be very interesting if he does. Also, there's a good chance he's going to win the electoral, popular vote. And once he gets that in the bag, then, there's nothing really to talk about, right? He won everything. He won the states, all the battleground states, and he won the popular vote. So in today's video, we're going to be reading from an article. This article is from The Guardian. And the title of the article is, "These 7 states will decide the election. Here's what we learned reporting on the ground. The White House won not by the popular vote, by electoral college votes, taken state by state. These races are incredibly close." It looks like it's close, but I'm going to be talking about how actually it probably is not close. It's actually going very, very solid, I think, into Trump's hands here. And we're going to be scrolling down to this part of the article where it says, Pennsylvania is one of the 7 battleground states that when it comes to choosing presidents can seem as revered as the 7 wonders of the world. Forget Democratic California, ditch reliability, Republic Texas. It is these 7 states that come November 5th will decide the outcome of one of the most consequential elections in modern times. The names are seared into the minds of politically aware Americans. Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Under the U.S.'s arcane. It's not arcane. They're trying to put it negative light because, Democrats, they don't want states to, have a say. They just want popular vote, which means just Los Angeles and New York would decide everything. That's a joke. So that's why they're saying arcane here, which is pretty pathetic. But anyway, under the U.S.'s arcane electoral system, the occupant of the Oval Office is elected not through popular vote, but by electoral college votes harvested state by state. So those 7 states is what usually decides all the elections. North Dakota is never going to vote Democrat. South Dakota is never going to vote Democrat. Montana is never going to vote Democrat. Idaho is never going to vote Democrat. So really, when you talk about, who is actually going to win the election, it's going to be the states that are very, very close. The states that are like 50-50, the states that are 45-55, 55-45, and so on. So those are the 7 states. And looking at, I'm going to turn this way so you guys don't get any wind. Looking at the the current status right now, and I looked at all the states there, all those states that are like on the line, all of those states are leaning towards Trump. Either Trump is winning them by like 1, 2, 3 percentage points, or there are 50-50, right? So it's like 50-50 or 48-48 or whatever it is, right on the line. So that's what's going on right now. Now, you might be saying, well, that doesn't mean Trump's going to win those states. Well, let me tell you why I think yes, it does. So remember, there's a lot of unregistered, or you could say shy Trump voters, voters that when you call them and you say, who are you going to vote for? They're scared for being prosecuted, right, or persecuted. They're scared of the U.S. government being a dictator and basically, giving them a hard time if they answer on the poll Trump. They're scared someone's going to leak that information. They're going to get fired from their job. Basically, it's really, really sad that Americans are scared of their own government, and they're scared of all the corporations that, once they find out, like it got leaked and someone's like, you actually answered in a poll that you're going to vote for Trump. How dare you vote for him? How dare you do this? We're going to fire you from your corporate job. So a lot of people are scared of being fired from their corporate jobs. and just basically any job. So what they're doing is when the poll is coming out, and asking them for their answer, they're saying, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to answer this. I'm just not going to open the door and talk to this pollster that wants to ask me the question. So basically a lot of people that would have said Trump are saying nothing. And so what you're doing is you're creating a bad poll. Those poll numbers are now all wrong because they're all showing either super MAGA, right, super Trump supporters. Yes, they're going to say, yeah, I'm Trump, all that stuff. But in states where there is not much Trump supporters, those people that do support Trump are going to keep quiet, right? They're going to say nothing because they're scared for their jobs, they're scared for themselves, they're scared for their lives, they're scared for all of that stuff, right? They don't want to, have to go through that trouble. So they're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to put my name on that poll. Anyway, what happens is, if you take a look at the 2016 election, Trump was down like 10% in some of the states. He was down like 8%, 5%, 10%. That's why when Hillary Clinton, she thought she had it in the bag. She thought she was going to win because she's like, whoa, look at this. Trump's down like 10% of this state. I got this easy. This is easy. I'm going to win for sure. But in reality, people were so scared of saying, I'm going to vote for Trump, that basically hundreds of thousands, millions of people were scared of the government, were scared of being persecuted, prosecuted, and all that stuff. They were all scared for themselves. And so they just did not answer the poll. And because of that, Hillary Clinton thought she was going to win. And then she got blown out, right? She got blown out and she lost. And it looks like this time it's going to be the same thing. Now, if you take a look at Biden versus Trump, I don't want to get, in trouble on YouTube or any of the platforms where we post these videos. But we all know what happened with Trump versus Biden. But if you take a look at that one, it was 6%. Trump was down 6%. But then when the votes were actually all counted up, Trump was, lost by like 1%, or he lost by basically almost nothing, or he even won the state. So again, we're talking about another 6% of people answering differently on the poll or not answering at all. So all the polls are skewed, right? All the polls are wrong. So if you take a look at right now, all the key battleground states, Trump is 50-50, right? He's winning by a point or 2 points, or he's 50-50. Which means that you can basically add 5% to most of those states. You can add literally 5%. Trump is not going to win 50-50 on those states. Trump is going to win by like 5% on those states. He's going to win huge. So if it's all fair and square, right, and none of the, the word happens, and it's going to be fair and square, which is under question if it is going to be, then Trump should easily win all those battleground states by like 5%. Literally 5-10%. He should win all of them. And then in terms of popular vote, there's a very good chance he's going to win that as well. Because people, basically this is my idea here. I think when Trump first came out in 2016, people didn't know what to do. They thought, I don't know about Trump. I don't know what he's going to do, all that stuff. And then, and then they had to compare him to Hillary Clinton. Everyone hates Hillary Clinton. So people just voted for Trump because it's better than Hillary Clinton. When it was against Biden, people heard a lot of lies about Trump for 4 years straight, right? They heard a lot of lies, everything. And so when Biden was going against Trump, I think people were kind of like, okay, well, we saw Trump, what Trump's going to offer, and then maybe we were wrong. Maybe the Democrats are going to be better. Maybe some other candidate is going to be better. So I think what they did was they said, you know what, let's go with Biden a little bit more. Even though we all know that that wasn't big enough to actually make Biden win. But anyway, but after Biden was in for 4 years, then people, I think, realized like, oh, wait, now we can see what Trump did for 4 years, what Biden did for 4 years. And now we have a really good comparison, right? We have a good comparison. We can actually see that, you know what? Yeah, Trump wasn't a politician. He wasn't in politics, but you know what? Trump's better than this bumbling moron, Biden, right? He's way better than Biden. So I think now people are like, yeah, of course. Like, and then Kamala comes out and she says, well, there's not a real, I don't see any policy changes I would do. I don't see any changes. Everything Biden did is what I support and all that. So basically when you're voting for Kamala, you're just voting for Biden again. So I think this time people do have that comparison. People do have that contrast, right? They can contrast them too. And I think this time Trump is going to blow them out. He's going to win basically all the states, all the battleground states. Now, in terms of how is this beneficial to Bitcoin? So we all know how this is very beneficial to Bitcoin, right? Trump went to the Nashville Bitcoin 2024 conference. Kamala did not. All right, Trump talks about how Bitcoin should be all mined in the United States, how Bitcoin should become part of the United States, how the federal government should own and hold Bitcoin. So we all know the one candidate that is for Bitcoin, and then we all know the candidate that is not, which is Kamala, which is the Democratic Party. So if you're a Bitcoiner, really, if you're a Bitcoiner, you love freedom, you love to be free, financially free especially, that's the most important freedom here, here on Earth, in terms of like your life, your freedoms as a human being. One of the most important ones is your financial freedom, because that opens up all other freedoms, right? What's the point of having the freedom to be comfortable if you don't have any money? What's the point of having the freedom to bear arms if you don't have any money to get anything, right? You know what I mean? Like, the biggest freedom that you should be looking into is a financial freedom. And so Trump is out there talking about how Bitcoin should be United States, made in the United States, mined in the United States. You got to lower the power costs, do all of that good stuff. And Kamala Harris is the one that's saying, oh, no, the dollar should be the only one in Bitcoin. That's just whatever. That's just like magical internet money or whatever. So we all know that. So anyway, that's the update here. Hopefully that goes through. Trump wins, and we are 7 days away from the election. That's awesome. So we're getting closer and closer. And yeah, so hopefully he wins. I hope you guys like this video. If anyone's interested where I'm at Siesta Beach here, walking around, slowly bringing the beach back to life. No one's swimming yet, but they should here. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. I think the water should be pretty clean for swimming after the hurricane. Well, that's going to be it for this one. Until next time, goodbye.